but true Florida style, we raw dog the rain. We don't need umbrellas. We don't need ponchos. You just take the water as it is. It's a little cold, but it's part of living down here. Hey y'all, Tyler back again. Today I want to talk about something a bit unique, and that is choosing the right vehicle for the type of work that you do within the gig economy. Whether it be rideshare, whether it be food delivery, Walmart delivery, maybe even Amazon, and also depending on the type of weather that you might face in your given market. For me, I live in Southwest Florida, so this time of the year typically we'll end up with a lot of rain, and in my specific area our roads tend to flood out after a 5-minute rainstorm, so it makes more sense to either utilize an SUV or a pickup truck just for having that higher ground clearance and being able to continue to work through the elements. Now outside of that, depending on what you might do, say if you just do rideshare, you might have something small. If you tend to do something more like Curry, you might use either a cargo van or a pickup truck to be able to haul stuff. If you're doing catering, typically with having the bigger orders, you would want to utilize an SUV, a van, or a pickup. And then just in general, for me, my first vehicle within the gig economy was back in 2016 when I started doing Lyft driving. I had a Chevy Impala. It was roomy enough to haul passengers around. And then as I progressed, I've gotten bigger vehicles. I've used everything from a Honda Civic, and I was able to do Amazon routes in that, food delivery, still driving passengers. But then as I've progressed, I eventually moved on to a pickup truck in between. Gas mileage wasn't the greatest, and I wanted something a bit more fuel efficient, so transitioned into an SUV. It's a perfect balance of everything. You get enough room, you can drop down your seats, be able to haul a bunch of stuff, and then also you can still get pretty good gas mileage. For me, I drive a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander, and if I'm light on the pedal, I can average between 35 and 37 a gallon, which is kind of mind-blowing for it not being a hybrid. And I've still got plenty of room. I'm comfortable. I can deliver at any time, no matter the weather conditions. Another factor to think about with doing this type of work is if you're getting out of the vehicle quite often and stuff, maybe having a vehicle that's got higher ground clearance would make more sense, because you're putting less wear and tear on your body. You're able to climb up versus having to get down multiple times, getting in and out. You have a bit more room to work with, and it just makes the whole process a lot easier. With consistently being on the road, I also tend to carry quite a bit of supplies, whether it be some snacks, some extra drinks, my work supplies, say extra bags and stuff. That's all stuff that I'll touch on in a future video to give a better breakdown of everything I typically carry with me day to day while on the road. A day like today where it's just heavy downpour, I'm thankful for having an SUV because I'm able to navigate the roads without any issues. Less of a risk of hydroplaning with having the higher ground clearance, the wider tires, a bit more vehicle weight. These are all small factors that people typically don't take in. You're able to navigate over the pools of water a lot easier. And then also, it doesn't stop me from being able to drive. A little water ain't gonna hurt, and I don't have to worry about flooding. In my personal opinion, having a SUV or a minivan is the perfect balance within the gig economy as far as either delivery or passenger transport, just because the amount of room that you have. You get pretty similar gas mileage these days to what a small car would typically get, and you can maximize your earnings potential with having more room. You're able to haul more stuff, you're able to haul more people. You tend to qualify for the higher levels of rideshare as far as like comfort, or say XL. On the food delivery side or even catering, you're able to take the bigger orders. Say something like Walmart, you can take the bigger Walmart orders because you can fit more in your car. So it's a win-win situation. Plus, you can drive in comfort. You're not going to feel as much pain on your body at the end of the day. And it tends to be a smoother ride because these cars are built for being able to handle the roughness of the road. And you can navigate over more, say, compared to a car, especially if you have an all-wheel drive system. You're able to get through everything a lot easier. With that being said, let me know below what you drive and why you personally prefer that vehicle and what it means to you as far as helping you make your money within the gig economy. Until then, I'll catch y'all next time. See ya.